Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So you might not have expected another King Rolan video so soon, but the Pioneer server has already buffed Rolan. Now keep in mind the content is subject to change. This is still the Pioneer testing server, and until we have the official release, we don't know exactly how his skills are going to line up. But currently he has been buffed, and a pretty reasonable buff to be honest. So let's talk about it. So his Undying Valor skill is now going to have an initial cooldown of 4 seconds. If you guys remembered when we talked about this, I was a little bit disappointed it had a 5-second initial cooldown, because for PvP specifically, I feel like that's a little bit too long to wait to get this unaffected buff and attack buff for his allies. So 4 seconds is definitely better, but honestly not too game changing. But actually the more interesting thing which was changed here is now each ally casting altar on your team is going to grant a 10% morale boost. Previously, this was a 5% morale boost. So obviously that means it's going to increase the rate of you stacking your morale up to that 100% basically cap level, where really Rolan's entire kit comes online. And so this is actually a really big buff to allowing him to get to that high morale quicker. So that is the major change. And then finally, if Rolan's defeated, no longer will there be that attack reduction onto your team. Like previously, there would be an attack buff loss on your team when Rolan is defeated. But here now, your morale will be permanently lost. But apart from that, there will be no actual consequence, no negative stat debuff, right? Okay, so that is really the major change to his skill kit. However, the only other thing that we have to talk about is his enhanced force, which has only added a bit of text, which is that if the most faction deployed is Lightbearer or now the Celestials as well, then the morale boost is going to increase by 4% per hero. So if you're confused about what this means, let me break it down with an example. So let's say the most deployed faction on your team is like Maulers. You have 3 Maulers on the team. Then each Mauler is not going to be one of these special factions, so they're just going to be getting 6% morale boost for your team at the beginning of battle, and multiply by the number of Maulers you have, which will be 3. And 3 times 6 will be 18%. However, if you have 3 Lightbearers on your team, and that is the majority faction, which of course if you have 3 of them, it would be the majority, then they're going to get 10% per hero. The bonus 4 on top of the 6, 10% per hero. So you're going to get 3 times 10%, which is 30% morale boost right from the beginning of battle. This is instant. This is instant morale. And now the fact that they've added Celestials in means that if, for example, like you're running in Dream Realm, or you're running in AFK stages or PvP, you're running like the twins along with Rolan, which is a really good ally for him. Now you're going to be getting more Celestials on the team. And now what is crazy is the twins, because they're 2 placeable units, they actually count for 2 celestial heroes. So this only further enhances basically the synergy of twins with Rolan. That basically just twins and Rolan, those 2 heroes locked in, actually counts for 3 celestial heroes on the battlefield. And they're going to be getting already 30% morale boost just for having those 3. Because, yes, because he's counted as a Celestial himself as well. So that's getting pretty crazy, right? And in Dream Realm, you know you're going to be using twins and Rolan probably for a lot of the Dream Realm bosses. And so already you have basically 3 Celestials deployed and only 2 hero slots, and you can deploy 3 more heroes in. Now, the Phantomal is going to count, but Phantomal will count as a Hypogean. And this is the other problem. It doesn't synergize with Hypogeans. It's only Celestials. And sometimes you will, maybe only want to run Twins and Rolan, and then you want to run some Hypogeans or other faction heroes. But at least the Twins and Rolan themselves is going to contribute 3, and that's already 30%. And if you have any other Celestials added in there, it's going to be more. And so what you're just seeing from this buff, he's going to get to that cap morale of 100% that much more quickly, because even just Twins in himself, that's 30% morale boost. You begin with 20% from Undying Valor. That's already 50%. And then all you need is to have 5 ultimate casts. The twins are counting for 2 ultimates whenever they cast ultimate, because they're 2 heroes jumping up using an ultimate. At least that's what it appeared before. And so basically you're going to get up to that 100% cap quicker, and that is going to have this then double ultimate casting for all of your team, boosting their damage. And if there's any hero that has HP loss damage on their ultimate, or huge true damage like Freerin on their ultimate for pre-endless, like Freerin and Rolan is probably going to be really strong pre-endless, getting that double Freerin ultimate, just getting free extra true damage, which will be crazy. Basically like you have 2 Freerins in the same team. So this is really what we're going to be seeing about Rolan. Now, what is the score gap today on Snowstomper Boss? Well, currently the 12th found team is 509 billion. I'm going to show you on the screen right now. One of the no Rolan teams was sitting at around 450 billion damage. So even between these two teams is like a 50 billion score gap for Snowstomper. Even in a boss which denies your ultimate, still Rolan is working so well. And in fact, there's this new team with the Vanguard spell which is even doing crazier. But like, to compare equal to equal, I'm just going to be comparing the two screenshots I have of the breakthrough spell, which are going to, so we can compare a bit more equally. But we'll obviously more testing to actually see the true score gap. But basically, rest assured, there is a pretty big score gap right now. So this is basically the team. Again, we're going to go ahead and take a look at it in Dream Realm, and you guys are going to see. So if we look at this team, we have 3 Celestials on the team, with the Twins and Rolan. And so that should boost up our morale right away to 20 plus 30, which is 50%. And you guys see it right here, 50%. And that is from the 2 Twins and Rolan himself, right? Because that's a dominant faction. The 3, it's considered 3 Celestials. So we're at 50% already. Now, all we need is to cast 5 more ultimates, and the Twins will count for 2 when they cast ultimate. You're going to see it. So Rolan casts ultimate, and he casted it pretty quickly. I don't even know how he charged energy that fast. But anyway, now we're up. And this is a weird thing. If we really look at this and pay attention to it, didn't it look like he gained more than 10? Because shouldn't have been exactly at 60% after Rolan's ultimate? But like, it's somehow all the way up to like 70%? So I don't exactly know what's going on here. I don't know if this is some sort of bug or something, but when Rolan casted his ult... Oh, wait, sorry. My mistake. I forgot. Rolan's ultimate, that gives you 15%. At least it did. I'm going to have to verify that. But yeah, so Rolan's is more than 10%, right? So that's also something I neglected to mention. But the other heroes are all going to contribute 10% now. There we go. 10%. Twins should count for 20%, so we should all be capped out now. There you go. So 10 seconds into the battle, even though you're already going to be capped out on morale, and now every single ultimate is going to double cast. Contest got a double cast ultimate, and now, you know, whoever else is going to cast the ultimate is going to be a double. Now, buffs from Twins do not seem to stack, so like, it's not going to get completely out of hand with them, but the damage from an ultimate Shadow Clone, it is going to be counted. It is going to provide value. Okay, and then you're seeing all this HP increase, and also now, Rolan, once you have the 100% morale, he's going to be ticking that HP loss damage every second, 40% attack multiplier every second onto all enemy targets. Now, in a boss, that's only 1, but in AFK stages, it's going to be even better. So yeah, you guys are really seeing that Rolan is going to come online much faster than before. If we take a look at the Rolan damage output in this team comp, yeah, no, I guess nothing crazy, but it still is a bit of HP loss damage, right? And just to clarify that, his ultimate is about 15% morale boost as compared to all other heroes, which are going to be 10% boost. But yeah, that is the same as before. So as you guys seeing, Rolan is going to be better for Dream Realm now. He is going to be even better for PvP because you will be able to use him in like a Celestial comp with like the Twins, who are probably his best ally for stacking up that morale. And when he gets fully stacked on morale, it's a huge buff for your team, huge value, and probably he is going to be much harder to kill from that point. And so really, I think Rolan is just now across the game modes has just become a lot more solid. And that is good news if you were planning to recruit him anyway, which basically almost everyone was. And now, if you weren't already convinced, he is basically a must pull at this point. Let's just face it. There's no other way to put it. However, I do actually think he will potentially work at Mythic Plus, because you guys saw that he stacked up really fast. So even if you didn't have this boost from his Supreme Plus of that starting morale, he's still going to stack up his morale very quickly and get the value of his kit. And his Mythic Plus does give that ultimate double casting. And you guys saw the HP loss damage from Rolan. I guess it does make a difference, obviously. There's no question about it. It could create that 25 billion score gap from the damage that he dealt. However, I think, again, it probably won't be the most game-changing thing, and I think potentially even at Mythic Plus, he may still actually be the best option. So for people who are going to have to build him up more slowly. So that is an interesting thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, apart from that though, his attack that he grants is going to be based on his own attack. So obviously you want to have him as ascended and has upgrade exclusive equipment as you can, because that's going to increase his own attack and that's going to then contribute to attack of your whole team. But like what I'm saying is probably, I would imagine Mythic plus 10 exclusive equipment may actually put him into usable range for some bosses, but we'll have to see about that, of course. He'll definitely want his plus 15 exclusive equipment when you can get it, and eventually just max him out for the stats alone and also this. But yeah, so anyway guys, let me know your thoughts about Rolan. Are you hyped about him? Is there anything else you want to talk about? Unfortunately, no actual tribute to the fox in battle, but on this character screen at least you can see the fox part. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. That is going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then everyone, peace out for now.